us to dive into today's conversation, which is talking about tech. So tech doesn't replace you, it multiplies you. So we're also going to be talking about using innovation to scale small businesses. So as you know, technology is often seen as a threat to jobs or perhaps a complex tool reserved for large corporations. But for small businesses and entrepreneurs, technology is not here to replace human effort. It's here to multiply and amplify it. So from digital payments and inventory systems to social media marketing, artificial intelligence, automation tools as well, technology has become one of the most powerful enablers of business growth. For entrepreneurs who are managing limited resources, small teams, and growing customer expectations, the right technology can help you simplify operations, improve efficiency, reach wider markets, and ultimately scale faster. So in this exciting edition of the Access Bank SME Digest Radio Show, we will explore how entrepreneurs can leverage innovation and technology as a growth partner rather than a replacement. We're also going to unpack how digital tools can help small businesses automate routine tasks, make business decisions, better decisions through data, strengthen customer engagement, and unlock new revenue opportunities. So, whether you run a retail store, a service-based business, a food venture, or a creative brand, this session will provide practical insights on working smarter, scaling faster, and building resilient businesses in a digital-first world.
Our guest today is Isaac Ogbodo. Welcome to the show, Isaac.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Isaac is the CEO and lead strategist at Growth Hub Communications, a brand and marketing communications firm focused on helping organizations build strong brands and achieve sustainable growth. He's a marketing communications professional with significant experience in delivering projects across diverse industries, spanning brand strategy, content development, campaign management, and audience engagement. He combines strategic thinking, storytelling, and data-driven insights to deliver measurable impact across channels. We're going to head straight to our first segment, that's the changing face of entrepreneurship.
So running a small business today is very different from what it looked like 10 years ago. Technology has changed how businesses operate, how customers discover brands, and even how transactions happen. So Isaac, I want to ask you first of all, how has technology changed the way that small businesses operate today compared to a few years ago?
Okay, I think technology has made businesses faster, leaner, easier to operate, much cheaper to operate, and more accessible. You know, that's the reason why today you can find a lot of people who graduate from university, they don't get a job, they go into one business or the other because there is a much bigger room for them to start something, you know, to start selling something, start doing something. So technically it has made sales, marketing, payment, customer service happen from any place, from just your phone. You can get products and you can sell everywhere.
Sure.
Right, a great place to open. But in your view, Isaac, why is technology no longer optional for entrepreneurs who want to grow?
Because I would say most of the customers are online. That's the answer. Most of the customers are online. So I mean, if you want to make money, you have to go where the customers are. They're not going to find you because they have a lot of options right now. So you have to go find them, and they're online. So go meet them online. So if you are not online and you think, oh, because I have a fancy store somewhere, they're not going to find you, and I'm sorry, you're going to be losing a lot of money, potential money.
Wow.
I like how straightforward you just went.
Yeah,
That's what
because they're not online.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Still speaking about technology, you know how some entrepreneurs fear that technology might replace human roles.
Okay.
So how can we reframe that mindset to see tech as a tool that enhances productivity rather than replacing people?
For me, I would say this issue really is more of an issue with AI rather than just technology in general, because everyone knows that their phone is a tool.
Yes.
Everyone knows your laptop is a tool. They don't think, oh, my phone is going to take my job, right?
True.
But they think AI is going to take their job. And so the main thing is people need to see AI as a tool just like their phone or their laptop, right? What AI does really is it removes redundant tasks. So tasks that you can do easily, it makes it much faster. So what you need to do to like change your mindset is, first of all, look at all the things you can do and ask yourself, okay, which one of these can technology or AI do much faster, like without a lot of thinking, right? If they get an intern today and say, hey, do this thing, use AI like this, like this, like that, will they do the exact same thing you do? If that's your answer, then you know that, okay, you're in trouble. You need to go learn, you need to go learn something else, right? But if, let's say, you have 10 things you can do and let's say 7 fall into that category, but 3 do not, focus on those 3, get really strong at those 3. What that means in essence is that those 3 are things that you still need experience, you still need skill, you still need knowledge. Then you can now utilize AI as a tool to help you do those things better, right? So if you are learning skills that any random person can immediately do with AI, then of course you should be scared. But if you are working on building more important soft skills, critical thinking, strategy, how to get things done, using AI as a tool, then you are good to go. You shouldn't be scared.
So in other words, you need to level up whether you like it or not.
Whether I like it or not, yeah. Whether I like it or not, yeah.
Okay, moving on to our second segment.
Yeah.
Here we'll be having a look at everyday tech that helps businesses scale.
Okay.
Sometimes when we hear innovation or technology, entrepreneurs imagine expensive software or complicated systems.
That's true.
But many growth-enabling tools are simple and accessible. What are some practical digital tools or technologies that every SME should consider using today?
I would say technically everything that an SME needs is into like 3 major categories: payments, communications, and inventory management. Technically, so you need payment platform that people can pay you with. You need communication where you can communicate with your target audience. It helps with customer service and all that. And then you need to be able to track your inventory to say, okay, how many sales do we have? How much is coming in? How much is going out? Right. So at the most basic level, once you can have those 3, you're good to go. For someone who maybe is struggling, like let's say the woman on the street that sells, that has a store, the POS system is already a good system for tracking the amount of money that comes in and goes out, right? You can have your WhatsApp in case anybody wants to reach out to you around your streets. POS is already a payment system plus a inventory system in a way. So that kind of solves your problem. And of course, the more complex your business is, the more advanced the tool you need, right? For someone who is running like a much more advanced business, tools like payment tools, like I said, Paystack, Flutterwave, those kind of stores are very good for you. WhatsApp business, obviously, you cannot remove WhatsApp because everybody's there. So WhatsApp business is very good. Instagram, your Facebook, very, very key to a lot of people use Facebook. Google Sheets, if you are someone who is adept with using Google Sheets, it can work as a very, very good tool for tracking sales, tracking inventory. So you don't need to, because normally in traditional sense, a lot of people use these books where they put in, okay, I sold 3 cartons today, exactly.
Yeah.
So it does that already. And the good thing about it is platforms like even Paystack, Flutterwave and all, they can already even serve as your inventory tool, right? They can help you get sales, and they can help you track how much sales comes in, and you can even export them, using this Excel sheet. So it's kind of most of these payment tools are becoming all-in-one tools. So go for your Paystack, your Flutterwave, and you're good to go.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So how can technology help entrepreneurs manage operations like inventory, accounting, and customer communication more effectively?
I would say it reduces errors. It reduces the possibility to make mistakes. It helps improve, the day-to-day operations. I'm trying to look for a different word other than operations, but improves your day-to-day operations, right? So, for example, you have to maybe immediately you make a sale, you have to put it down in a book, write certain things. Those things are you don't necessarily need them anymore because you know that once someone makes a sale via your pay stack, the money is going to the pay stack wallet. You can see the transaction. You can see, okay, we had 100, someone came and bought 20, so that means that we have 80 remaining. You don't have to think too much or start planning too much. And once it gets to a certain amount, you can set an alert that lets you know, oh, it's already getting low, so you can immediately restock, right? And most of all these tools also give you some data. Okay, someone comes into your platform, they don't buy, but they almost bought. You get that detail, so you can know, okay, 20 people came to the platform, only 5 bought, 15 almost bought. So what could be the reason why 15 of them are not buying? What can we do to maybe improve our communications, improve maybe it's the price. It gives you more insight to now go do more data, get more information compared to before, where you would never have known that these are the issues. So I believe it just improves your day-to-day operations, helps things just go faster, and also gives you real-time visibility into both your sales and customer activity, basically.
Yeah, I think the word looking for there from what you described is sort of your operations will be a lot more efficient.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, for business owners who feel overwhelmed, but yes, well, a lot of people do. Where should they start?
I would say start with the most critical problem. It's just that straightforward. Start with the most critical problem. And when I say start with the most critical problem, I'm saying look at the problem that directly affects your revenue the most. Because you know that definitely money, sales, cash flow, that's the lifeblood of a business. So you want to look at what you know would directly improve your revenue. And I'll give an example of some mistakes that businesses make when it comes to making this decision. Because when people think of, okay, I want to improve something that increases my revenue, right? The first thing they think of is, okay, let's improve marketing. But in some cases, operations might be the problem, right? So you might have marketing at 50%, which means that you need to increase efficiency, 100% efficiency to get to 100%. But your operation might be at 20%. And people will look at, okay, let me increase. I mean, we're not making much money. Let's make more money. You increase your marketing, you get more people to pay you, but you can't deliver because your operations is terrible. Now you've lost reputation. Now nobody wants to buy from you. And you still keep thinking, oh, let me try and improve my marketing. But people are already blacklisted. You kind of like, oh, that guy, they don't deliver. And those guys, they're terrible. So you need to ensure that, for me, I think operations is something that you need to ensure that you can deliver 100% at, right? So before you think of marketing, or think of anything that can bring in more volume, you should think of, can we deliver this, right? So personally, I would say focus on any problem that can easily improve your revenue, but also do not ignore things like operations and focus only on marketing. That's a mistake a lot of SMEs make. Please ensure that you can always deliver. Your reputation is very important.
Thank you very much. You're listening to the Access Bank SME Digest show here on Classic FM, where our topic today is tech doesn't replace you, it multiplies you, using innovation to scale small businesses. Our guest is Isaac Ogbodo, the CEO and lead strategist at Growth Hub Communications. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got a few more segments and a few more questions to ask Isaac on today's show. Please stay with us.
All right, welcome back. We are still in conversation with Isaac Ogbodo, who is the CEO and lead strategist at Growth Hub Communications. And in case you missed it, today's topic is tech doesn't replace you, it multiplies you, using innovation to scale small businesses. So far, we've spoken about the changing face of entrepreneurship. We've spoken about how technology has changed the way small businesses operate today. We've spoken about why technology is no longer an option. According to Isaac, your customers are online. We've also spoken spoken about the fear that some entrepreneurs have that technology might replace human roles. We also looked at everyday tech that helps businesses scale, looked at some practical digital tools that as an SME you should consider using. We've spoken about how technology can help entrepreneurs manage operations, and we've also spoken about business owners who are overwhelmed by digital tools and where they should start. So we're going to dive into segment 3, which is talking about automation, data, and smarter decision making. So one of the biggest advantages technology offers is the ability to automate repetitive tasks and generate insights that help business owners make smarter decisions. So Isaac, our first question in this segment is, how can automation help entrepreneurs save time and focus on strategic growth activities?
I would say automations can help entrepreneurs handle their routine tasks like follow-up emails, invoicing, reminders for meetings. So those basic tasks that that can take out maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. By the time they add up, it just takes a whole lot of your time. So automations do that for you. They help free up those tasks for you, and then it gives you more time to think, to strategize, to plan ahead for the day and to execute, obviously.
Okay.
Right. In what ways can data help small businesses better understand their customers and improve their services?
Like I said before, data helps you see what's working and helps you see what isn't, what you need to improve on. So, for example, you can have like 10 products, right? And then, of course, you're marketing for the 10 products, putting out your ads and all of that. And then you see that 2 of the products are moving much faster. So, the data helps you see that, okay, because normally if you are not tracking those things, it's possible that today you get an order of maybe 20 of product A, 30 of product B, 50 of product C, 30, and 30 of product A, because it's just coming in like that. You might just lose track of which one is actually doing much better. But if you have it being tracked, it's easy for you to go back to the back end, say, okay, we've made 200 sales, but 100 of those sales came from product A, and these other ones weren't moving as much, and these other ones are never moving at all. So instead of spending so much money on these ones, why don't I divert all that money to these 3 that are really moving well, and then figure out why people are not going for these 7. So do we need to bring them down? Do we need to fix them? So things like that, they help you understand which products are moving much faster, which products you need to invest in, which products you need to market. That's it basically.
Okay, so we're speaking about how digital tools can help and all, but what are some common mistakes that SMEs make when adopting technology or digital tools?
I would say 4 things. One is that they use too much tools at the same time. You see, this tool can help you do this. They jump on it before they fully understand. They see, and because the way it is with ads, right? Once you are using this particular thing, I don't know, it's like the data systems already know that, okay, this person was searching for this particular tool. Then other alternate tools just like down, you begin to see them everywhere. Before you see that one and then you see the next one, and then before you are testing 4 or 5 tools, you are confused. Before you say, what, you're just going to leave everything.
Technology is so much.
So figure, just go for one. Best thing to do is ask for advice. Look out for someone who uses one already and say, okay, please, which one do you use? And just go for that. The second thing I would say is, for those who have teams, they don't train their teams. They just say, we are still using this tool, get on it. And they forget that your team members are people too, right? Just like it might have taken you time to learn, it also take them time to learn, and you can't just dump it on them that way, and then it causes a lot of issues. So that's also another thing. The other thing is that a lot of businesses do not use their data wisely, right? They get this information that, okay, this product is doing well, this product is not doing well, but they don't take out their time to go to the back end to analyze this information, and they keep doing the same thing. They keep wondering, why am I not making as much sales? I mean, I'm putting so much money. It's only this small money that's coming in. But if you are taking your time to look at the data, you would have seen that if you put in more money on some of these other products, you actually make more than, spreading it out across the whole thing. So that's another thing. And then last thing is, some don't even track their data at all. Like, they don't even take out time to. It's not an important thing to them, right? Their one is just clock in daily, clock out, and they pray to God for sales. It doesn't really work that way. So that's really, I would say, the most common mistakes SMEs make. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to the our fourth segment where we'll take a look at digital visibility
Okay.
and market expansion. Now, technology has also transformed how businesses reach their customers. With the internet and digital platforms, even a small business can reach a national or global audience.
Yes.
So talk to us about how important digital presence is, such as social media, e-commerce, or online marketplaces for business growth today.
I would say it's very important. It is important for at least 90% of businesses. The 10% might be the suya guy on the street, the trader store around the kiosk. They might not necessarily need social media, but if you are selling a considerable volume, if you are selling a service, it's being on digital media kind of puts you above those who are not also on digital media. It also kind of gives you certain level of credibility, right? Because you can easily tell your customer, say, hey, if you know you like my service, I will just put this review online, put this review, so people can come. And if, for example, someone moves into your street now and is thinking, my barber is in Yaba and I stay in my 12, I don't know if I should try out these barbers around there. But if he checks around and sees that, okay, there's some good reviews, let me take that chance. A lot of guys love their barbers. They don't want to change their barbers. So
I can even think of how the suya guy can use it.
Depends.
Yeah.
So that's practically what it does. It gives you that kind of credibility, right? So I think it's very important. And also, not just even the very small businesses, for entrepreneurs who are building a personal brand. So there are a lot of people who, because my industry is maybe B2B, FMCG, and top of my industry efforts within my sector, a lot of people know me, right? So why do I need to focus on my personal? Why do I need to have an active digital presence? For someone who has worked with a lot of CEOs and leaders to work on their personal brand, I would say that having a strong digital presence does a lot for you, right? Especially when you probably want to go into retirement and you want to probably fall back into consultancy. Having that strong personal brand helps make that transition very easy, right? For some of them who are CEOs, because people love people, right? As much as we love brands, we love people, right? As much as we love UBA, we love Tony Lumelu. We want to be soft like Tony, So having that strong personal brand really helps, because even when you decide to open up a new product or a new company or a new business, because of you as a person who they like already, it makes it very much easy for them to want to, trust you in this new venture they are running. So it's very, very important.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that, Isaac. So what role now does innovation play in helping small businesses stay competitive in today's market?
I would say innovation helps businesses stay adaptive, because the business market changes every time, changes very quickly. So you have to be innovative. It's very important. Sadly, not everybody is innovative, and that's why a lot of businesses die within the first 5 years. But it's very key. It makes you stay very adaptive. I was talking with someone earlier today, and was telling me about, in the media space, how the new media, as they used to call it, is practically taking them out, right? And traditional newspapers are not selling as much as the online ones, and even when they meet up in terms of revenue, profit margins are not the same, so it just shows that you just have to adapt. People are adapting, people are changing. AI is coming now. You have big production companies not getting as much jobs as they used to. Why? Because there's someone who just has a laptop, has his idea, and can come up with a wonderful ad in like 2-3 days.
That's right.
Right? Something that would have taken you a lot of shoots, a lot of edits, a lot of this, a lot of that. The person just needs a tool and a very vivid creative imagination, and is getting the job done. So innovation is very, very, very important, and SMEs need to stay innovative. Keep learning. That's it. Just keep learning.
All right. We are out of time, but we are going to squeeze in this segment 5,
Okay.
where we're going to look at the future of SMEs in a tech-driven world. As technology continues to evolve, from artificial intelligence to digital payments, smart business tools, and entrepreneurs who adapt quickly might gain an advantage. So in closing, what emerging technologies should SMEs start paying attention to? And what advice would you give SME owners who want to embrace innovation but don't know where to begin?
Okay, so I'll start with the first question. Focus on AI tools. Very important. Focus on AI tools, especially if you are in the creative sector. AI tools don't just work only for the creative, also it helps with also productivity. So I know that most people like the creative aspect of AI, but it also helps with productivity. It helps with tracking your meetings, recording meetings, getting information that you need. So AI tools very important. Digital payments for those businesses who still prefer manual sorts of payments, or maybe you want people to first DM you, then you send your account number. Digital payments like the Paystack and Flutterwave stores will really help. Automation platforms for companies that use a lot of maybe, for example, to get this particular job done, you need to hop between 3 different tools, right? And they're just basic things that you need to do. Maybe send out a mailing list or send out this information. So utilizing automation platforms like Make or Zapier will really help you. And then ensuring that you take a very good look at your data is very important. Study your data, utilize your data, and get your data, because in this AI world, data is like gold, right? The more information you have, the more data you have, it can help inform your decision, because all you need to do is just, of course, give it to AI, prompt it, and it gets you the right solution. So if you don't have that data, obviously you're going to be running blind when someone else who has it is doing wonders. And then my advice for SMEs starting with innovation, I would say don't chase trends. Look out for what works specifically for you, right? So you have your own problems. The problem that this business has might not be the same exact problem you have. Just like I said, some people have operations problems, some have marketing problems. So we must ensure that you focus on problems that you focus on tools that solve your own problems and not just what is trending. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Isaac. That's about the time we have today for today's Access Bank SME Digest show. Don't forget, we do this every Tuesday by 7 p.m. right here on Classic FM 97.3. We're going to go, wow, we've got time. We need to get into Sports Extra right about now. So, yeah, thank you for being with us, and we're looking forward to doing this again next week.